What's cracking, y'all? It's your boy Anthony Spritz, and I'm back with another video. Now, listen, I know I've been gone for a little bit, and I'm trying to make back-to-back videos, but for some reason, like, recording is a little hard for your boy, because, I got some stuff going on, more channels, some real life stuff, life be lifing. But anyway, I'm finally back with another video, and today's video is going to be about a game that was recently released called Mindseye. Now, this game was, been popping, but not for the right reasons. Mainly because it's, bad, but not in your traditional sense. It kind of reminds me of when Cyberpunk was released, and I'm gonna get into all that when we start talking about it. So without further ado, welcome to the channel. Hope everybody's doing good, and we're gonna jump right in. Let's get it. Alright, so Mindseye is like a single player story driven action adventure game as described by Google, and you play as the boy Jacob Diaz, a former military drone pilot grappling with memory loss and a covert operation. Now this game is like a mix between like GTA, Watch Dogs, Little Hitman, and it actually looked pretty good when it was announced. It actually looked really good when it was announced. That's the thing that kind of threw me for a loop, because they released this game, but it seems like they released it way too soon. Like, the amount of bugs and things wrong with it are kind of baffling to me, because I just feel like the things that were done at a pretty good level. Like the graphics, cutscenes, all that stuff. It seems like it was done on a AAA level. Like, some money was spent, dare I say it was good. And obviously this has nothing to do with the video per se, but the main character, the voice actor and the motion capture actor who plays the main character in this game is the same person from Mafia 3, but that's neither here nor there. This game interested me because it seemed like it was unfinished, and like I said earlier, it reminds me of Cyberpunk, where they had this great concept and most of the game seemed finished. It just needed more time in the oven and more love. This game came out and it was just abysmal in a way. Like I said, very unfinished, lots of bugs, and just gameplay choices that they made that were like baffling to me, because it almost seemed like one of those games they show and it's not supposed to be out for another couple years, but they release it and this game's just been getting decimated. But to me, there's a lot of interesting concepts and ideas in the game, even more than usual, because Mindseye has creator content and things like that where the players can kind of mod it and stuff like that. So we're gonna be talking about all that stuff. Before this game was released, a bunch of people started leaving their little studio, and also certain YouTubers in the gaming space were invited to see this game before it was released, and they said it was rough. Now mind you, they usually do this, and like I said prior, it's usually to develop the game for later on when it should be released. But instead, knowing that the game is rough, they still released it. And the way that I look at the game is kind of like, I keep using the Cyberpunk example, but that's the best way I can describe it, because it seems like all the parts are there for them to turn it around and for this game to be at least a decent B-movie, over the top fun experience. But as of right now, this game is interesting to me because it just seems so hollow. It's almost like when you go on eBay or something and you order, say, like a PS5 or whatever, and you get it and it is a PS5, but it's old and maybe semi broken, right? You can fix it and it's still a PlayStation 5, and it's you can still have that PlayStation 5 experience, but the effort needs to be made to fix it, if that makes any sense. And obviously they're calling this game the worst game of 2025, but like I said, it's not bad in the traditional sense. It's bad in the way that it's undercooked, it's unfinished. So it just made me have to jump in the pool and make my little video, because I'm like, what was the studio thinking? What was the end goal? They knew that this game had its problems and it's essentially unfinished, but why release it? Why not just delay it? I don't believe it's a scam either, because that's another topic of discussion on the internet, that this game is like a scam or some type of play to get people's money, because as of this recording, from my research, PlayStation has issued refunds on this game. This is a full price game, by the way. So if it is a scam, very poorly executed one, A, and B, why, right? And that's what interests me. It's like, what is going on between the development of this game and its release to where a game is released like this? I see a whole lot of potential in it, right? Obviously, like I said, again, for the 100th time, bringing up Cyberpunk, where it can be turned around and a great experience. Like, it's there, right? The content is there. But when you look at the actual game, it's like, what were they thinking? What was going through the developers' minds at the time? Jumping into a description, a little bit of the gameplay, right? When I seen gameplay of this, people playing it, people reviewing it, it seems almost like a lot of the mechanics were dated, right? Like, it seems like this was it had like mid 2000s level game design and things like that, which is interesting to me because of the fact that this studio is not necessarily a novice studio. The people that were in the studio that made this game had prior knowledge. Of course, there were some people that actually worked on Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, that doesn't mean quite like that they were the brainchilds or, like, you know, people who knew what they were doing on GTA 5, but at the very least, in my little head, I'm like, well, at least they have some type of experience. So coming from a game like GTA 5, which is ironically made, I think, around the 2010s, I think it was released like 2012, I'll do my research, but I believe so, like 2012, to this game, and the gameplay on the game that was actually made in the mid 2000s, in the 2010s, is better than this, is very strange to me. So I really wanted to kind of just like go off and rant about this, because this game was interesting, because it's not like your typical, this game is just bad, throw it away. But it's not your typical scammer game either, where, you know, the studio was fake and they're just trying to get money, because everything was done at, dare I say, a AAA level. Like, I might put a cutscene or something in there.
What are you doing here?
Come with me.
You know, obviously voice acting might be a little funky dunky, but it's still professionally presented. Like, it looks professional, sounds professional, like, you know, the way it was recorded and everything. The gameplay, although it's dated, still seems like solid. It just feels unfinished, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So this is a very interesting one for me, because it's not like your typical bad game, and I just kind of wanted to come out here and, you know, just give my little 2 cents on Mindseye, because this game is very strange to me, and I hope they can turn it around. And the last thing I kind of wanted to touch on was like the content, right? Where this game was developed to be an ever evolving thing, where the studio is going to be making more content to put inside of the game, and I believe other players were going to be able to make content like on some modding stuff, to where the game expands and just becomes like an ever evolving thing, which is a very interesting idea. Hopefully that comes into fruition, but as of right now, it's just very it's just in a very odd place. When you look at the game, it's presented in a way where there's this city, right? Big city, you're on the outskirts, and you would think that you'd be able to eventually make it into the city, but you never do. Like, the game is set up in a way that's very odd as well, because a lot of the content is split up in a way where, like, you have to go through these portals to do other stuff. Like, you have the main game, right, the single player espionage over the top action game, but you also have like racing segments and other weird gameplay choices that seem like it's leaning more into the let's make content for later on, so this game is more than one thing, if that makes any sense, if I'm making any sense, if you're following me. But yeah, this game is very strange, you know, because it's getting negative press almost in a way that's like methodical. I don't want to say that they released this game to be cracked on, joked on, cooked in a bad way, but at the same time, it's like, why? But hey, if you stuck around this long, thank you. I got more stuff on the way. Appreciate y'all for listening. I hope y'all are doing okay. If anybody's actually played this game and has come across this video, please leave a comment and let me know if what I'm saying is like in the ballpark or what y'all think, man. I'm not gonna drag this out anymore. Spritz 2 Live, Anthony Spritz, and thanks for listening. More stuff on the way.